Associate Director, Director of Early Childhood Programs here at Capital Area Community Services. It's such an honor to be on the podium presenting to you today. It's such a great day to celebrate 60 years of community action agency work. And here at Capital Area Community Services, we are so grateful to have your support. It's an honor to see such a full room. My primary duty this morning is to introduce you to our Executive Director, Mr. Miguel Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez has over 20 years of experience in community action work and has been our Executive Director for over 60 years. We have coordinated together under his leadership to make this event happen, and it is my honor to bring him to the podium this morning.
Thanks, Nolana. I don't want to take up too much time because we've got more important guests than myself, but I do want to thank a few folks. First, let me thank both all the community agencies that are out there. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here today, and maybe based on how it goes today, we can do this again. I also want to thank our employers. Again, appreciate you being here and giving your time. Hopefully you'll get a lot of applicants today. As I said, hopefully you'll see what a good event this is, and if we decide to do this again, you'll join us one more time. I want to acknowledge out a few people, and I know there was a big team that put this together, but Jessica Dexter, Mandy Woodward, and Pam Elise, hopefully you've met them where they can stand. As I said, a lot more staff, and I know they had a lot of help, but I really want to focus in on those folks. So rather than take up more time, let me just start. I know Mandy asked me if I was going to do my joke. It's kind of stupid, but I'm going to do it anyways to put you in a better mood, and the speakers will be much better. So let's say, Alan, if you had a sick bird, what would you do with it?
I couldn't hear it.
If you had a sick bird, what would you do with it?
I don't know.
You would give it a tweetment. See, don't quit my day job, right? So, Alan Fox. Alan, thank you for your support. Alan?
Speaking as a dad of 5, that's a really bad dad joke. Thank you for having me here. I'm very glad to be here. Many years ago, before I had any involvement with county government, my predecessor's office discovered something in the course of doing foreclosures for people who owed delinquent property taxes. And that was a very critical observation, which is that people who owe delinquent property taxes have lots of other stuff going on, and the delinquent property taxes are usually not even the most important of those. We've partnered over the years with Capital Area Community Services to provide financial counseling. We've done that in a way that understands that the goal is not to get us paid first, but to get families established and stable first, and that eventually that'll lead to the taxes getting paid. And so our policy for many years, and this precedes me, has been that when somebody is working with Capital Area Community Services, they do not lose their house. They stay in their house long enough to get everything worked out. And that's something we're very proud of. We do not take families out of houses. Housing is a human right. Health services are a human right. Education is a human right. All of these human rights are things that Capital Area Community Services strives to provide to people in the community. It's a never-ending task, and it will never end. It never can end. And that's why it's great to have occasions like this to celebrate what we've accomplished, even as we know how far we still have to go. So I'm delighted to be part of this celebration today. And we know that we continue the work. We continue to look for ways of combining resources. The sort of thing that we're doing here with all of the different community resources only happens at the local level. The federal government doesn't mandate it. Nobody tells you this is how you should do it in Lansing. It's up to us from the ground up to build these connections and to make things happen in the Lansing area, in the greater Lansing area, because CACS serves 4 counties in the area. With that, I want to introduce one of the great partners in doing the work in this area, my good friend and the mayor of the city of Lansing, Andy Shore.
Well, thank you, Alan. Boy, it's hard to follow the joke. I'm trying to think of one that's worse, and I can't. So, well played. So thank you all for being here, and congratulations to CACS. First, I know I see many of you at different neighborhood resource things that we do, many of the vendors that are here. You do so much in our city, in the city of Lansing. We're all going to have a secret, because I already got a pair of socks from the AFL-CIO. I'm going to visit all your booths. I like to take the stuff. My wife yells at me when I take the stuff. So we're all going to share a secret. I'm going to take the stuff, and no one's going to tell my wife. That includes Representative Cerniglu over here. But you all do such great work. CACS does such great work, so it's an honor to be here as part of this celebration. Again, everything Alan said, we know you're all involved with food insecurity. You're all involved with financial assistance. We all have folks that work together, and we do it jointly. We have financial empowerment. Our neighborhoods folks are here. Our HR is here. So anyone that wants a job with the city of Lansing, our HR will sign you up. So there's so much going on. There's so much need in our community. And when we have organizations like CACS and so many others, we can help to fulfill that need. I've been working with folks from this organization since I was a county commissioner a few years ago, when I was a state rep, and now as mayor. So every different stop that I've been at, CACS has been an integral part. We do have a proclamation. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We're gonna put it up here. You know, it's wonderful to share with you all. The one cool thing that I love to do with these proclamations that I get to do as mayor is I get to do this. Now therefore I, Andy Shore, mayor of the city of Lansing, by the power vested in me, do hereby proclaim August 8, 2024 as Capital Area Community Services Day in Lansing. So thank you to the staff of CACS who've made this happen, for all you do. Enjoy your day today. Let's see, it is about 10 to 11. And usually I get criticized when I do it later in the day, because they're like, wait a minute, we didn't get to enjoy our day all day. But you can enjoy your day all day. We're going to leave this up here. But thank you all for all that you do. And I'll be visiting your booths, and it's going to be our secret. I actually do get to introduce one of my very good friends, one of the hardest working women that I know. Representative Penelope Cerniglu and I served together on the county commission. She is a fierce advocate for all, not just in East Lansing and Meridian, but throughout our county. When she was a county commissioner, throughout our state. She is a leader on elections. She is a chair, as a freshman, a chairwoman of a committee in the State House, which is rare, but of course, not for her. She breaks through barriers. So I want to introduce State Representative Penelope Cerniglu.
Thank you, Mayor Shore. So I'm just really so honored to be here today with all of you and all of the great work that you do. And I'm honored to present a legislative tribute. Let me see if it's under here. Yep. This is the one to add to your collection. So this tribute is on behalf of the state of Michigan to the Capital Area Community Services, Inc. on your 60th anniversary celebration. As the people of the greater Lansing area know so well, Capital Area Community Services generosity is endless. On January 8th, 1964, President Lyndon Johnson called on Congress to set an aim not only to relieve the symptoms of poverty, but to cure it and, above all, to prevent it. President Lyndon Johnson acknowledged in his State of the Union address that no single piece of legislation would suffice. Since its creation in 1964, Community Action has responded to local needs in every corner of America and has helped make America a better place to live. Now, Community Action is presented with a significant milestone, the 60th anniversary of the Economic Opportunity Act, which was the federal legislation that created Community Action. Community Area Community Services leads with support and hope for local families and connects them with opportunities to achieve their own definition of success and quality of life. Their programs include childhood education, nutrition, weatherization, housing, financial counseling to help eliminate causes and conditions of poverty in Ingham, Clinton, Eaton, and Shiawassee counties. And for many, Capital Area Community Services has been a transformative organization. And we join you today in congratulating you on 60 wonderful years and wish you well in the years to come. So just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all the work that you're doing for all of the residents in this whole greater Lansing area. Your work is so important and touches so many lives. Just thank you. And here's our tribute. So. Okay. Thank you. Not sure where to put that.
Well, hang on. If we could have our staff come up real fast and get a quick photograph before we release everybody.
Who's next?
We're celebrating 60 years. Can you imagine someone who's been with the organization for 40 of those years? Yes, I did say 40 years that person has been with CACS. So before we have our special guests come up, and I know they're on a tight timeline, I would like to ask Karen Failer to come up here and receive this certificate of achievement. Karen Failer. As I said, Karen has been with us since, I think I can say this, 45 years. Okay, Karen has been with us since she was 17. So I'm not saying anything about the age thing, but I thought that was interesting. So Karen, you're surprised like I was? So yes. Again, Karen Failer, 45 years of service to CACS. Thanks, Karen.
It'll be 46 in October.
46. All right, I have the special honor of having our next speaker, Ingham County Sheriff Scott Rigglesworth. And Sheriff, all of our folks have gone background checks and everything else, so we're all good to go. So Sheriff, come on up.
Yeah, welcome everyone. Thanks for having me. I was blown away when I turned off Jolly Road and saw all the cars, and then when I walked in here and saw all the booths. And really the impressionable part to me was this is a huge opportunity. It might be for employment, it might be for relationships, it might be for connections. When life throws you a curveball, a place to reach out to. So take advantage of today. We've got some police and fire people out in the back if you want to come say hi to us. But thanks for the invite today, and we hope the event goes well. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. And our next guest, and I'm going to make sure I say her title correctly, State of Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity Unemployment Insurance Agency Director Julia Dale. And before Julia comes up, I want to say she presented at the statewide Community Action Agency Conference. She shared some information, and what I'm hoping that in the future, her story can be shared with some of our Head Start parents and some of our other clients, because some of the challenges and issues she had to overcome are quite amazing. But that's for another day. But Julia, do you want to come on up?
Well, hello, CACS and the greater Lansing community here. I just want to add congratulations. 60th anniversary is something to be proud of, especially when you think about the work you are doing here in Ingham and Eaton and Clinton and Shiawassee counties to combat poverty. Whether you're talking about winterization services or Head Start, the work you are doing is so vitally important to these communities. I just want to encourage you in that work and say congratulations. I also want to say that the UIA, I know many people in the past have experienced struggles, and just like CACS, we believe that getting into the community and sitting across from people face to face is the best way to help you resolve any issues or barriers to filing for unemployment. So I do want to draw your attention to the woman in the wonderful peach top and black blazer over here. This is Charisse. And Charisse is the Community Action Liaison for Ingham County, this region. And she has a table over there and is able to help individuals right here with their unemployment claims. And if you get a chance and you don't have time today, grab one of these flyers from her desk and scan the QR code, because it will give you a direct link to so many of the free resources that the UIA has for the community. So I want to say again, congratulations, CACS. As a person who bought her first house just down the road from here and spent her early years growing up in South Lansing, the work you do matters. It is so good, and it is so important, and it is something to be so incredibly proud of.